Okay, if you're watching this video, it means that you've already watched the Offer and Messaging Foundations video. If you have not watched that, go watch that first video so you have important context that you need before watching this video, because you need it to get value out of this. But if you have watched that already, then in this video, I'm going to show you how to write video ad scripts that convert, which is basically how to write the written sales copy that you're going to use as the scripts to make videos that you're going to put as your ads, potentially even a video on your landing page before people inquire to get more information about your offer. But if you use what I'm telling you in this video, you can create a bunch of different variations of video ads to run on, mainly I would start on Meta, which is Facebook and Instagram, but you can also use this to do YouTube ads, TikTok ads, etc., LinkedIn ads, whatever. Okay. Side note, I recommend, again, Meta. Meta is the best ad platform that I've seen in terms of the ability to get leads at a cheap cost at a low ad spend. There is no other platform that I've seen, that I've tested, that can get you traction when you're first starting out as easy as it is on Facebook. Okay, so that aside, we'll come back to that later. I want you to follow this easy framework in your mind. It's an acronym. If you just remember this, it will make everything extremely easy for you. Okay, problem, solution, opportunity, or PSO. Okay, now the whole purpose of what we did in the offer and messaging section is to get clarity on the specific person that we're targeting, the specific problem that the person has, because again, people are not going to respond to your message if they don't have a specific problem that you're solving for them, or a strong desire that you're providing to them. Okay, and if you don't have a specific solution that's unique to you, right? And so the whole reason we pulled this out, the whole reason you take some time to get clear on this thesis statement and these points here, is so that you can easily come here and actually write ad scripts. Okay, now back to the PSO statement: problem, solution, opportunity. So problem is basically the opening part of the ad, right? You're basically just calling out the problem. Okay, for example, if we're taking this, and I'll copy and paste this here for the sake of this video. If we're taking this offer as an example, where we're targeting real estate agents who are struggling to generate motivated seller leads consistently each week, and this specific way is with an offer, which is a software called Agent Leads. All right, I made that up in the previous video. I can use this and I can actually like create an ad right now, right? Problem. So I would literally call out the problem. So I'm going to write an ad right now for you. Okay. In the hook of the ad, and by the way, hook means just the opening, like the line that's going to catch the person's attention. The line, the things that I say that are going to call out and resonate and catch the attention of my ideal buyer. So in the hook, I'd say real estate agents, right? Because what you want to do is you want to call out who it is that you're trying to target. So we're trying to target contractors in Tampa. You say Tampa contractors, and then you get on with what you're saying. Or if you're targeting roofers, Tampa roofers. Or if you're a roofer in Florida, or if you're a roofer in California, right? Or if you own a plumbing business in California, or if you're interested in selling products on Amazon, right? So it works for any industry, okay? So in the hook, I want to call out the person, right? Remember, specific person. We have to have clarity on the specific person, okay? And then I'm going to call out the problem. Real estate agents. If you're struggling to generate motivated seller leads consistently each week, Boom. I like literally the fact that we did this work before, I can literally just plug this in and get a simple ad just by copying and pasting what we wrote. Obviously there's more variations than this. This is not the only variation of a hook I can use, but it's very simple, right? Real estate agents, if you're struggling to generate motivated seller leads consistently each week, listen up. Okay, so I identified the problem, right? I'm making the person feel a little bit insecure by calling out their exact pain point. And if they're the right person, they're gonna be like, holy shit, that sounds like me. Wonder who this guy is, or wonder who this girl is in this video. And then here I can either elaborate on the pain point, or I can go right into plugging my solution, right? So I could say, if you're struggling to generate motivated seller leads consistently, listen up. I might say something like, I get it. I used to be in your shoes. Now, I would only use this line and tell a story about how I struggle with the same thing if I'm actually someone that is a real estate agent and used to struggle with this. Obviously, I wouldn't tell a story here if I'm not a real estate agent or I wasn't ever a real estate agent. Okay. So the simplest way to do this, you could do this, or the simplest way to do it is just to go straight into the solution section. So the solution section is just where you explain your solution. In this case, I'm going to pretend this is a software, like I explained in the previous video that I made up called Agent Leads. We're going to pretend it's a software that generates leads for them. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to basically plug in what I said in the thesis, right? The fastest and easiest way for real estate agents to get motivated seller leads predictably is by using agent leads. So I'm going to take this, basically put it up here, and I'm going to say it a little bit different here. I'm going to say our software agent leads. Our software agent leads. Remember, that's the unique mechanism. So it's going to make them feel curious, like, oh, what is agent leads, right? Our software agent leads will get you motivated seller leads in your city every single week on autopilot, guaranteed, right? So I'm basically plugging in exactly what this does and how it solves their problem, and I'm giving a strong guarantee. Now, you don't have to give a guarantee, but I recommend if you can say it's guaranteed to some degree by either saying it gets you this specific result, or you don't pay us a dime, or if it gets you this, we'll get you this specific result, or you don't pay, that's great. Or you can at least just say, this will get you this specific result, guaranteed, let me explain. And then you would explain what you mean by that, right? So you can tell already, like, a real estate agent that sees this is going to be like, oh, what the hell is this agent leads thing? Let me get more information. I might also test saying our software agent leads will get you 10 or more motivated seller leads in your city every single week on autopilot, guaranteed. Or I might even have another version where I say city every single week without you lifting a finger. Guaranteed. And then I'm going to elaborate on the solution, right? So when you're writing copy, you want to address any objections that are going to come up. Like this is like copywriting 101. and direct response marketing copy 101. And by the way, for those of you who don't know what copy means, copy means written word. So I'm writing copy right now. That's for more of the beginners. So when you're writing copy, whenever an objection might naturally come up, you need to handle it just like you would on a sales call. And so if I do this, right, an agent might think to themselves, bullshit. How are you going to guarantee that? So I'm going to answer that right now. You might be thinking, or I could just say, if you're wondering, I'll just simplify. How can we make such a strong guarantee? Question mark. Well, it's because it works. Look at the results. And then I'm going to put case studies of other agents that have already used it and got specific results. So take Jen, for example. And then you want to plug in the case study, what the person was doing before and what they accomplished with it. She had inconsistent leads and would go weeks not knowing where her next lead would come from. After plugging agent leads into her business, she now has over 15 leads coming in per week. And she's now doing, $25,000 per month in CGI. I think that's a term. So CGI is obviously a buzz. It's like a term in the real estate space. I think it's CGI. Obviously, not all of you that are watching this would use the term CGI. That's only for real estate agents, obviously. But make it specific to you. And then you put like 3 or 4 of these. Or Bob, who got XYZ result. Or Max, who got XYZ result. Or how about Emily, who got XYZ result? Okay. And I would say, and the list goes on. And if you're a real estate agent, I might say, and that's not to mention my own results. And then you would plug the results that, you had yourself. I am personally getting X amount of leads per week on autopilot using agent leads. And I'm generating over $35K per month in CGI in my real estate business. Okay. So just proof. Okay. So now it's like, okay, remember, like we're creating an argument that this thesis statement is true, so that they're like, holy shit, I need to use this damn software. Like, why haven't I heard of this? I need to use this now. right? We're creating a good argument behind this software, or it could be your coaching offer, or your specific strategy, or a service that you, or like a lead generation service that you provide, or some sort of service, right? Okay. Keep in mind, this is the key that everyone messes up on. It's a specific problem and a specific result that they want that we're solving. We're not assuming that they just want our product because it's the most amazing thing since sliced bread. Like, we've identified a specific problem and we're specifically solving it in the ad. Okay, so we've accomplished. So this is the problem section. Okay, problem. I'll actually do this. Hook. Problem. Okay, and then this is the body, which is the solution. Right? All this is where we're explaining the solution. We're giving them, we're hinting at the solution. We're explaining that we have a solution. And then the CTA at the end is the opportunity. When I say opportunity, I literally mean like, hey, here's the opportunity. Here's what to do next. Okay? So I'd say something along the lines of, so if you're serious about your real estate business and generating motivated seller leads predictably each week, I might say, then click the link on this video and schedule a demo call. It's down here. Schedule a demo call with us on the next page. Right. So in this case, we're pitching them on getting on a call to demo and show them how it works. Right. And basically do a sales call, which the majority of you are going to do sales calls, to be clear. Then click the link on this video and schedule a demo call. That's the next page. And then one thing people screw up on is if they pitch the call in the video, which is totally fine, and it's preferred to do that. If you pitch the call in the video, you can't just assume that they're going to book a call. You want to explain what the call's for if you're going to pitch the call in the video like this. Okay. Then schedule a demo call with us on the next page. On this call, we'll walk you through exactly how this works, answer any and all questions you may have. We'll see if you're a good fit to use agent leads, and if you are, we'll show you how you can plug it into your business as soon as this week. Right? So I'm basically making it very clear. I'm making it crystal clear the next steps, and I'm going to reiterate it. So click a link below, schedule your demo call on the next page, and we'll talk to you soon. Okay, so I reiterated at the end just because people's attention spans are very short, and I hate to say it, but you want to treat people in your marketing like they're stupid. Like you want to treat people like they're fifth graders. So the words should be very simple. Most people in their marketing, they use these big grandiose words and these like corporate words, and people forget what you said 5 seconds ago. So you need to be very clear and reiterate what you said. and make it very, very clear. Another way that you can do the CTA is you can do it like this, where you don't pitch the call necessarily, but you might have a video, a VSL. VSL means video sales letter, if you don't know what VSL is, where on the next page there's a video where you're giving them more context around how it works, and you basically have a sales video that they watch before they apply and schedule a call. So CTA number 2, or we'll do version 2. So click the link on this video. I would say so if you're serious about real estate business and generating motivated seller leads predictably each week, I put together a quick video on the next page explaining exactly how this works and how you can plug it into your real estate business as soon as this week. So I'm doing the same thing, but I'm pitching them the concept that they're gonna go watch a video on the next page specifically, which then they would review some of the video and then decide to apply and book a call. So those are 2 different versions of the CTA that you can use. To make it simple, I would probably, if you're a beginner, I would do the first one first. And you don't necessarily need a VSL on the next page as long as the offer is articulated in the ad, in the video ads. That way you can just put an application and a call scheduler so they can book a call on the next page and keep it very simple. And you can leave it like that so all the context around the offer is built in the ad. So they have high intent when they actually click and go to the next page. Put together a quick video on the next page explaining exactly how this works and how you can how you can plug it into your business as soon as this week. Now, again, I would reiterate. So click the link to watch now, and I'll see you on the other side. So that's the CTA version. And so again, just to reiterate, the hook is where you talk about the problem, like you're calling out their problem basically, or you're calling out their strong desire. I define a problem as either a painful problem or a strong desire. So an unfulfilled desire is under the same umbrella as a big problem. Like, ow, I broke my arm is a problem in terms of like the context of what I'm saying is a problem here. A strong desire, like a strong want or desire, is, think of that as under the same umbrella. So they're both problem. You don't have to, it doesn't have to be a painful thing. It could be, I desire this thing, right? I desire, more leads. I desire to hit 100K a month, right? So some of your ads can be very painful problem based. Some of them can be strong desire based, where you're either, you're helping them solve a painful problem, or you're dangling a carrot in front of their face based on the strong desire they have. Okay, both would be in the problem section, right? A problem, an unfulfilled desire is defined as a problem in this case. Okay, so hook is where you call it the problem or the strong desire, and then the body section is where you give context to how your solution helps them solve that problem, and then you can elaborate on it with a guarantee and then case studies and proof that it actually works. Okay, and then you transition to the opportunity section, which is just the call to action, which is just telling them what to do next to get it or to get more information on it, right? And I gave you some clear examples here, okay? Obviously, this is just one framework. There's a bunch of different frameworks, but this is the simplest framework that you can use. Problem, solution, opportunity. Come back to this video, watch it a bunch of times. And hope this is helpful. I'll see you in the next video.